The RM Classic Car Auction is brought to you in part by Haggerty, the worldwide leader in collector car insurance.
Welcome back to the RM Classic Car Auction. We've seen some extraordinary cars at the pinnacle of the collector car universe in this special retrospective. From American classics from Packard and Duesenberg to European masterpieces from Delage and Mercedes. From a throaty muscle car to thoroughbred Ferrari track demons. But only one can stand at the summit as the most exclusive and most desirable car to ever cross an RM auction block. And now, the #1 car of the RM Classic Car Auction. This 1962 Ferrari 330 TRI LM Testarossa, which crossed the block at RM's 2007 event at the Ferrari factory in Maranello, Italy. It's said that Provenience makes the car, and nothing can turn a valuable car into a ridiculously valuable car like a victory in a high-profile event. This Ferrari, driven by the legendary Phil Hill, took the checkered flag of the 1962 24 Hours of Le Mans.
The last 20 years or so, an investment in a racing Ferrari, especially a winner of Le Mans, is really a great investment. And I'm sure that the person didn't buy it for that. I mean, you buy it for the collectability, just like a work of art or a sculpture. These cars are very iconic, and you know, there's bragging rights involved in some of this also. You want to go out and you want to be the top dog at the track, bring that car down, and you know, everything else stops.
While race cars can have short lives due to crashes or alteration, this Ferrari is a survivor, having not only made it through a grueling race career, but it also weathered one of the worst natural disasters in our nation's history, as its second-floor perch in a flooded garage allowed it to survive the ravages of Hurricane Katrina. As such, it was a worthy car to go for huge money, and it ensured a Ferrari clean sweep of our top 3 spots.
Ferrari is the gold standard. Ferrari has appeal worldwide, whether it's Japan, United States. They're talking now about the Chinese starting to get interested in art. I'm telling you, the first car they're going to be looking at are Ferraris, because that is just what people want. They get a little extra money, they want a Ferrari. It's just the way it is.
Even RM Managing Director Ian Kelleher was in awe of this car.
When you have the opportunity to sell something like the 1962 Ferrari 330 TRI LM, which was a custom-bodied Testarossa that won Le Mans with the great American Phil Hill champion driving it, it's going to set a world record, and not only once, but twice. And if it ever gets sold again, it's going to be sold for even more money. You know, that car in itself is a Picasso. It is a Van Gogh.
It certainly couldn't have been an easy decision for owner James Sparrow to part with the legendary Ferrari.
When I was a kid, I wanted to own a Testarossa. And I can't stand here and tell you it was this particular one, but when this one came up for sale, I thought it was an opportunity to own the best, the Apex. The soul of these Ferraris is the V12 engine. You start to put your foot a little closer to the floor and you hear the wail of the engine. It's a sound that really is unequaled. It's a great catharsis for me.
But to get the inside scoop on how the 330 drives, we went to one of the drivers who steered it to victory at Le Mans. Perhaps the most successful American race car driver of all time, the one and only Phil Hill. 45 years after taking the checkered flag at Le Mans, Phil Hill was reunited with the Ferrari 330, and the results on the track were electric.
This car has exceptional qualities that are very difficult to define. Acceleration is fantastic. It's really just wonderful. And the way you can use the power to the rear wheel to balance the car. This is the ultimate development of the Testarossa. And I suppose you could say that really it's getting right near the end of the line as far as the era that produced this kind of a car. This was right there as far as defining that line. And then in '62, we went back and this car was there. And Jonathan and I weren't really all that happy, to tell you the truth, because rear engine was the name of the game, and this car had a big 4-liter 12-cylinder up in front, almost 400 horsepower. By the time the race rolled around, it became pretty clear that we were going to drive this dinosaur, so to speak. I hate to use it in a derogatory fashion, because today this is one of my favorite cars.
I get to a point where I feel like I've done all the things that I want to do with a car, and when that point is reached, if there's an opportunity to try to pass the car along, and I think it's an opportunity worth pursuing, I do it, and I thought this was, so here we are. It's going to be tough to get another Steve that would top this.
It's €6,250,000 for the first time, $6,250,000 for the second time tonight. And for the third and last time, ladies and gentlemen, at €6,250,000, this is it. Hands together, sold, ladies and gentlemen. Sold €6,250,000.
6.25 million euros, which translates to nearly $10 million, is a lot to pay for a car. But when you want one of the finest, most desirable, and most prestigious Ferraris to ever be produced by the fabled marque, price can be no object.
For a true Le Mans winning car, and really the last of its type to win Le Mans, the market is bringing, $10 million, and as we saw with this car, I actually think that that's just scratching the surface. I could see a car like this, or even this car, if it came up for sale again today, bringing nearly double that, even $20 million or more, and that would be really no surprise to me or most anyone who watches this market closely.
The Phil Hill Ferrari leads the pack of our Hagerty Insurance top sellers for this special hour of the RM Classic Car Auction. At number 5 was the 1933 Delage D8S Coupe Roadster, which garnered $3.4 million. Number 4 was the 1935 Duesenberg Model SJ Town Cabriolet, selling for $4 million. Checking in at number 3 was the $4.5 million 1959 Ferrari 250 GT Spider California. This hour's runner-up was the 1958 Ferrari 412S sports racing car at $5.1 million. And the number 1 selling car of the RM Classic Car Auction was the 1962 Ferrari 330 TRI LM Testarossa at a shade under $10 million. 10 incredible cars, and each one a part of history. But to look at these works of art as mere cars would be to forget that they represent where we've been, and perhaps even where we're going. And with prices for collector cars racing ever skyward, you can be sure that there will be some new cars to add to the list before too long. A big thank you to my co-hosts Ken Gross, Alan DeCadenet, and McKeel Hagerty, along with our experts Dick Messer and Bruce Meyer. I'm Tanner Faust, and thanks for watching the RM Classic Car Auction.